What's up, guys? How are you guys doing? In this video, I'll be talking to you guys about everything that is part of the Galactic Event Season 2, guys, okay? Specifically, the Seed of Karmic Fire, okay? Now, this is just insane, man. The amount of things added to these events is amazing, guys. Especially in the Chaos runs, it's a lot easier to get a lot of funny and also card remove events and also card duplicate event, okay? Well, not card duplicate event is still kind of limited, but the funny and card remove events are definitely a lot more now, okay, in this chaos mode right here, which is freaking amazing. And of course, with this we also got a bunch of new stuff, which is like a bunch of new cards. We got a bunch of new fates, and we also got powerful equipments. I'll go through some of these equipments and tell you guys about which one that I'm like currently enjoying using especially. But first let's talk about the upgrade system we got. Okay. So if you go to the zero system right here, of course they have added this thing right here where you can select there's this right, they have added this little quality of life right here, which is you can select the grade selection right here. So you go from difficulty 9, difficulty 8, or difficulty 10, which is the final one. And then they also have the Galactic Disaster stuff, which adds all the Codex Seed of Karmic options into the normal mode right here. So yeah, you could toggle this on or off, okay, which is amazing, right? That's one of the things I added here. And I also want to talk to you guys about the upgrades right here. Yeah, with the new update, guys, we got a bunch of new amazing upgrades, specifically when it comes to the middle one and then the mythic tier upgrades. As you guys can see, I don't have enough resources to do this, but right here they have added this right here, which is the one I'm trying to get to. These things are quite expensive to unlock because again they require these materials right here. In a couple of my previous video, I was telling you guys to save these things right here, the Chaos Orbs, because with the new update they pretty much refunded these Chaos Orbs we already had on us into these guys. That's how I managed to get all these upgrades unlocked early on, okay, especially here right here. And stuff like that, okay. Of course, in the middle one, this way you're gonna unlock on the final stage right here is when you're gonna be able to unlock the Epiphany reroll event, which we have been waiting for a long time, and we finally got it. So I cannot wait to get that. I'm slowly working my way down there, but yeah. And of course, with the new mythic tier right here, we're also gonna get this right here, which is a random card copy. Of course, that's selected combatant copy. Select combatant copy. When you select the combatant, up to 3 random rare or higher card you own will be shown, and you can duplicate one of them, including a reward. Yeah, includes reward from an identified area and boss defeated. So pretty much before you use when it comes to these encounters that let you duplicate cards, they used to be random, but now you could actually select a specific combatant you guys want to pick up. You guys want to pick duplicate card 4, okay, so which is freaking amazing. So this is kind of like a funny reroll, but for duplication as well. So this is one of the best thing we got so far. Now let's go back to the new Galactic event, okay. This Galactic event is insane. I do want to go through the first. I don't want to go over some of the equipments we got through this, and then we're gonna go over some of the gears and some of the fate encounters, okay. So equipment wise, we are getting a lot of new ones right here. For example, right here, which is most of these cards, new cards, are evolved around exhaust cards, okay. So the first one, we got Spore Harvester, which is a retain exhaust, and Incinerate, which Incinerate, you guys know, an effect that's activated when this card is exhausted, right? So when you exhaust this card, it will create 2 contaminated spore, and then it will create 1 contaminated spore, right? Yeah, when you retain this, you will create 1 contaminated spore, but when you use this thing and it goes to the exhaust pile, you will create 2 contaminated spore. And contaminated spores are pretty much these guys right here, which 1 spore propagation, right? What spore propagation is: increase damage taken by 10% on effect activation. Remove all spore propagation, right? Propagation. So that's just a damage boosting card right here. Very basic one. We have something like this one right here, which is the select and exhaust 1 card in hand. For each cost of that card, decrease cost of 1 random card in hand by 1 for 1 turn. This is amazing, especially for 9. If you guys managed to get this, that's pretty good actually. Next up, we have Residual Herbs. That also gives you the same thing right here with the contaminated spores right here, right? The spore propagation, right? That's a crazy word. I'm not gonna lie, right? And yeah, so again, as you can see, this thing does a retrieve instead of retain, and then this thing got exhaust 3, which is you guys can use this 3 times before it goes into the exhaust pile, and this one provides you shield, which is pretty good, right? Yeah, 60% shield is a 0 cost, and incinerate whenever you exhaust it, it will create contaminated spore, which then boosts your damage right here as well. Another one, we got something like this, Forest Hunger, which is 300% defense-based damage. Exhaust all exhaust cards in hand, then 25 damage for each, which is pretty good, right? But it's not, I don't know how situational this is, right? It's good, but it's not that crazy. But to be able to exhaust all cards is very nice, especially for if you guys are running someone like Charon, for example. This is another way you guys can exhaust all of his utility cards to buff his cards and stuff like that. So, you know, pretty decent. And then we have something like this with Forgotten Grave. And this one's pretty strong, okay? Anytime you see this high cost cards, they are usually pretty strong, okay? So what is that? It does have ignition, retain, and exhaust. Ignition is if this card is in hand, when the card is exhausted, decrease cost of this card by 1. So since this thing got retain, every time you exhaust cards, depending on how many turns it will take you, the cost can go down all the way to 0. So yeah, pretty nice, right? And the effect that when cost of this card is decreased, 10% critical chance to this unit for 1 turn, which is amazing. And then when you exhaust this card, it will create 1 contaminated spore. So a lot of contaminated spore effects nowadays, right? That provide the spore propagation that increases your damage, right? Which is interesting. And we got something like Mushroom Ammo, which is just 450 damage, doubles the effect of spore propagation, right? This is pretty good if you guys have something like this. And you have this spore propagation, it will double the amount. So instead of the 10%, it will go to 20% when you have this card. So it's pretty good, and that's a very high multiplier actually. And so it's a bullet card, so it could work on someone like Luke or Lucas, right? So or Renoir even, right? So pretty decent. Another one is one with all. This is, as you can see, you can't really click on it and activate it manually. This is similar to like Veronica's Ballistas, where you can't click on, but when the turn in, this thing activates, right? That's pretty much what it does, right? It says final when this card is used in the turn, right? Which is fine. And what does it select and activate 1 card in hand, draw pile or discard pile for 1 turn when each of damage, shield, and heal has been activated through the card remove unusable, right? Okay, so you could actually remove unusable effect on it. So what it does, it will activate 1 card from your draw pile, discard pile, or hand, which is pretty interesting. Now for 1 turn, when each of damage, shield, and heal has been activated through cards remove unusable. So what that means is whenever you activate a card using this card, and if it managed to pull a damage card, or if it managed to activate a damage card, a shielding card, or a heal card, that will, based on that, it will remove the unusable effect, and you could use it manually, which is interesting, right? Okay, interesting. Yeah, this one's a bit weird, but I think you could definitely find a build for this as well. Another one is Nature Gift, of course, heal 20% for each card in hand, which is pretty nice. And then it gives you Harmonization. Harmonization is if the cost of this card and action point are identical, activate this card, which is interesting, right? And create 1 Contaminate Spore, same thing, right? Contaminate Spore, we all know what that does, but that healing is very, very nice, right? 20% healing for each card in hand, which is pretty good. And the Harmonization effect is also pretty decent, right? Because you could automatically activate it if the card and action point are identical, right? Which is action point meaning AP, right? Which is interesting. So yeah, since this thing costs 1 AP, right? And if you have 1 AP, that means you get the harmonization effect, and then it will activate automatically, which is interesting, right? And then we got something like Vine Lord right here. Draw 2 exhaust cards of this unit. This is broken, right? Especially for someone like 9, it's very, very good effect right here. This is amazing. I like this card. I haven't gotten it yet, but if I get it, I'm definitely gonna put that on 9 because that's gonna be great. Next one is this one. This is also another one I want to try a bit more. Yeah, this thing is amazing. The art looks beautiful, by the way. Okay, let's say the name is Cyborg Automaton, right? Cyborg Automaton, 600% defense-based damage, and it does a 1 incineration. Activate this card, right? Of course, incineration when this card, an effect that is activated when this card is exhausted. It doesn't have exhaust on it, which is interesting. But you could utilize some other characters in order to exhaust this card and give it that activate that incinerate effect on it. So it's interesting, right? Of course, yeah, it will activate if you exhaust this card, which is interesting. So 600% damage. That's a pretty big damage right there. It's not crazy. I don't think it's worth it since it's just a damaging card, but yeah, that's pretty high damage multiplier on it. Rocket Punch. One of my favorite ones. I did get to try this, and it's amazing, by the way. So what it does is 400% damage, retain 25% activation chance, and has a 25% chance to activate this card, which is interesting. This is a very weird one. That's RNG card right here. It will activate. There's 25% for it to activate or not activate, which is interesting. And it just does 400 damage. And of course, we got the Pierce card right now. It just does damage, and it give you vulnerable, weaken, and agony as well. Very nice right here. Yeah, this card, if you guys mind to go inside the arena, you could get this card by killing the pile of dirt thing. If you hit that thing, it will give you this card, and you can use this to do extra damage. So it's pretty good. This one is also one of the best ones. You get this card through gear, and you get that card through this card right here. This gear right here. What it does, if damage is completely blocked, let's say by a shield, at the start of the next turn, create one shield blast card. And yeah, shield blast is this card right here, which does 150% defense based damage to all enemies. So it's an AoE damage dealing card. That's 0 cost. Freaking amazing, right? So yeah, if you have this gear, definitely use it. That's pretty good. This thing does pretty decent damage as well, and it does have exhaust on it, so yeah, works well with 9 as well. And then of course we got something like Heavy Blow, which is 200% damage, doubles the effect of vulnerable, which is interesting, right? Usually vulnerable is only 50%, but this thing will double it, so this will be 100%, which is interesting, right? Damage taken increased by 100%. Very good. We got something like Charging Strike as well, 100 defense based damage and 100% damage for each AP. Instantly activate this card. It does have exhaust on it, so when you exhaust it, you could also activate this. Pretty nice, right? Yeah, for each AP is interesting. And then we got something like Spore Harvester. Incinerate, create 2 contaminate spore, and then retain, creates 1 contaminate spore. We all know what contaminate spore does. That's what it does, right? This one's decent as well. We got something like this. I think we already went over this, right? Yeah. Those are some of the cards we have seen so far. Nature Gifts, yeah. So very good cards we got, and yeah, you could definitely build some fun builds using these guys. And of course, gear wise, there are some amazing gears, by the way. This one's pretty good. What does it? If ally do not receive damage for 1 turn, then at the start of the next turn, increase damage amount by 50% for 1 turn. That's pretty good. I think that 50% increased damage is for everyone. So pretty good, right? So if you might to block like a damage through a shield, this thing will activate. Very nice. This one is what I have been running on 9 because it's really good for her. It says when shield is gained, increase damage amount of the next 1 attack card activated by 20% for 1 turn. Very good. Just a simple damage dealing card right here. I mean gear, so that's pretty good. This one you get when 3 card of 2 cost or higher are used. Stockpile pretty much retain your AP, which is pretty good. And on effect activation, decrease stockpile by 1. So what this means is it will retain the AP you had, so you don't lose it. And then when the next turn start, you will get all those AP you retained back. So it's pretty good. I like this. So yeah, every time you use a card, yeah, when 3 card, every time you use 2 cost or higher cards up to 3 times, you're gonna get this stockpile to proc, and yeah, pretty good, right? It's just AP preservation system right here. Next up, we have the Luminescent Shroom. Doubles the effect of Spores propagation on the 6 attack card created by 1 turn. This one is not that good. Honestly, this is one of the worst one I've seen. It just doubles the effect of propagation, which is this one. But outside that, it doesn't do anything special, which is interesting, right? So yeah, this one's whatever. We got something like Millennium Arbor. When a 3 cost or higher card is activated, 1 vulnerable to a random enemy. And by the looks of it, this vulnerable can stack up infinitely, which is crazy, right? So every time you use a 3 cost or higher card, 1 vulnerable to random enemies, which is pretty good, right? So yeah, this one's very nice. You could definitely do some fun build with this as well. We have something like Vine Camouflage. At the start of the turn, if health is 30% or less, 1 evade 2 times per battle, which is pretty good. And evade does not lose 8 health. Upon activation, reduce evasion by 1. Pretty good. Yeah, you'll be able to block one damaging skill from the enemy, which is pretty good, right? And then we have the Fixed Shield, right? When an ally attack card was not activated for 1 turn and the turn is ended under Fixed Shield. Simple, right? We got something like Plant Dole. When its 4 skill cards are exhausted, decrease stress of random allies by 1. This also kind of situation, not worth it to get this. This is whatever. It's okay, right? Something we also have the Harp of Conflict, which is for 1 turn. When each of damage, shield, and heal has been activated through card by allies, increase damage amount of allies by 15% for 1 turn. Pretty good. So if you use a damaging card, a shielding card, and heal card in the same turn, you get this effect activated, which is pretty good. We got something like Victor's Laurel. Increase damage amount of counter attack by 40. This is by far one of the best gear I've seen for someone like Magna or Marvel, which is crazy. This thing is beautiful. Okay, this thing I really like this one. I'm not gonna lie, and this is also really good for someone like 9 because you could definitely do a counter build for her as well. Yeah, this is amazing. And since counter attack now crit, yeah, this is gonna be doing some crazy damage, right? So I definitely want to try Magna 9 and then Narja team and try to get this on 9 on Magna and see the amount of damage she could put out with this. Okay, this is amazing. One of the best ones I've seen. And then we have someone like Combat Drum. When 5 skill cards are created, increase damage amount of the next ally card activated by 20%. Amazing, right? But it's 5 skill cards created, so you have to create 5 cards in the same turn to get that buff. So it's kind of it's a bit of a resource heavy, but it's pretty good. Now we have something like the Gladiator Medallion. When shield is gained 3 times through card, this 100 fixed damage to all enemies. Pretty good. Fixed damage is always really good. The damage that ignores persistence effects, right? So it's always good getting that at the fixed damage. So very nice, right? This is a very simple damaging gear right here, and it's a ring. So we don't really have that much ring that buff damage, so it's pretty good right here. We got something like Rage Potion. When 4 attack cards are activated, increase damage amount of the next attack card activated by 40. Amazing. This definitely can work really well with someone like Serena as well, or someone like Melin, right? Or someone like even 9, right? Yeah, this every time you use attack cards 4 times, you're gonna get that massive 40% boost on the 5th attack, and then it just rinse and repeat. So this is very good right here. We got something like Armor of Lost Valor. When an attack card was not activated for 1 turn and the turn ended, create 1 Rocket Punch. And you guys know what this is. This is similar to the Veronica's Ballistas, where you can't click on it, but you could activate it. This one specifically does have a 25% to activate and 25% to remove this thing right here. Yeah, so it's pretty good. Yeah, to remove the unusable effect on it, but still pretty good. We got this one. It will create 1 Pierce card right here, which is one of the best one I've seen actually. It's a 0 cost, really high damaging card right here. So create 1 Pierce, each odd numbers. So pretty good. So every like, let's say 3, 5, 7 turn and stuff like that, turns, you create 1 Pierce, which is nice, right? We got something like this one right here, which is, we already went over this. It will create a Shield Bash, this card, and you could use that to do AoE damage. We got Launcher of Ruined Honor. Create 1 heavy below each even turns. So similar to this one creates the heavy below right here. Yeah, these two gears are really good, by the way. And so this is a sword and a ring, so you could definitely combine those two together, and yeah, you'll be able to put extra damage out every odd and even turns, which is pretty good, right? Yeah, this is great synergy right there. We got something like Charger of Wizard Glory, and if a turn is ended while 1 or more AP is remaining at the start of the next turn, create 1 Charged Strike. Right, you guys already know what this is. This is this card right here, defense based damage and 100% damage for each AP, right, which is pretty good. We got something like this, which one of the mythic tier weapons, gears. Increase damage amount of 2 cost or higher exhaust cards by 40. This is absolutely broken for 9, right? This thing is just beautiful, and it's also really good for anyone that exhaust cards as well. So yeah, this is amazing, right? This is one of the best one that you guys definitely want to hunt for when it comes to building 9. Okay, this thing is broken. And then we got Liberated Essence, another mythic gear right here. At the start of the turn, decrease cost of one random exhaust card in hand by 1 for 1 turn. Another amazing gear for 9. Just 9 is just eating good. If you might get this and this together, of course you can't use two mythic gears together, unfortunately. But if you were able to do that, yeah, this would be broken, right? But I think this is way better when it comes to her damage output, and this is way better for AP efficiency build, right? So yeah, very good. And then we got something like this, the Pale Eternal Flame. When a card is exhausted, increase damage amount of allies by 10% for 1 turn. Amazing, right? Just a damage boost for all allies. This is really good for somebody like Narja, right? Because yeah, buffing all allies damage is gonna be very good. You could combine this with the new gear that also gives 15% damage to all allies, and yeah, you can get about like what, 25% damage boost, which is pretty good, right? To everyone. We got something like a Robe of Oblivion. When shield is against through an exhaust card, increase damage amount by 20% for 1 turn. Very good. And then we got something like Violent Lord Mask. When drawing an exhaust card through an ally ability, 80 fixes shield. This one, it's whatever, it's okay. But 80% fixes shield is still pretty good. So yeah. Another one, absolutely broken weapon gear we got. Shiny Whirled Tree Steam. I've been running this on Narja, and this thing is amazing. Increase heal amount by 25%. That is just beautiful. There is no kite to it. You just get a 25 increase to all healing sources, which is amazing. This is beautiful, man. One of the best ones right here. And then we have Sword of Judgment. When a card is exhausted, increase damage amount by 10%. Pretty simple. I like it. Next up, we got the Shining Lyre. At the start of the turn, if an ally exhaust card is in hand, 60 fixes shield. Very simple, right? So if you have like, if you are using 9 again, she have a bunch of exhaust cards, and if you have those exhaust cards on hand, you get 60% fixed shield. Another one, we got the Golden Bell. At the start of the battle, decrease threats of a random ally by 3. Very good. And the next one is Summoned Lamp of Light. Increase damage amount of the third attack card created by 30% for 1 turn. So this one, you have to create a card in order to activate this effect, and it only happens on the third attack, which is interesting. That's another situational gear, but decent. Another one, this is the discount version of this one right here, which instead of 25, it will only give you 15%, but still absolutely amazing, right? And yeah, those are some of the best gears we got so far. And fate encounters, these fate encounters are really good, and most of them are like kinda suited for like a 9 to get a build for her easily. But yeah, these are really good effects. For example, right, this one, for example, right, increase damage amount by 30% for each turn. Each time a turn in this is ended without activating an attacker, right? So very good right there. Same thing here, right? Increase the damage amount by 1% for each 2 cost or higher card activated in chaos, right? So yeah, these are some of the fate encounter you guys can encounter, you know, when you start a chaos run, and pretty good. This one is really good as well. At the start of the turn, draw 1 exhaust card. Beautiful, right? For 9. And then we got Tranquility, of course, right? Draw a card and increase AP by 1. Yeah, but you have to block the damage with shield or evasion in order to for this to activate. And yeah, these are some amazing effects right here. So yeah, definitely, man, there's a lot of new stuff added to the game. Now I'll go inside the chaos mode and show you guys some of the stuff inside the run. When it comes to the new events we got in the new chaos mode, is one of these events. I'm getting this in the right from the beginning, guys. So yeah, I could just remove a card from the get-go, which is amazing, right? And as other effects, of course, decrease health by 20, but increase credit by 120%, right? So yeah, of course, this is amazing right here. So I could just remove a card this early on, right? As you can see, let me show you guys, right? Look, I just started this run. I have not removed a single thing right now, right? So which is this is amazing, right? So yeah. We definitely got a lot more card remove events and funny events in the new chaos mode. And another event is, of course, this thing right here, which is a new like shop event right here, and you could decrease your credit by 40, and you could trigger an event right here. So let's do that and show you guys what we got here. So by doing that, we'll be able to do random combat again epiphany once, and you could also get select and obtain one among 3 random Lumen card, increase all ally stress by some amount, right? So very good. So but for now, I'll go for this one just to get all the epiphany unlocked first, right? There you go, right? Very nice. And another new event you guys can encounter is this event, and this is where you're gonna get the increased heal amount by 25 new gear right there. It's very good. The other one is select combat again funny, and then we have the Lumion card right here. But for this video, I'm just gonna go for this one. Just show you guys some of the selections you guys can get. So you get these guys right here. These are what called Lumion cards, and they are all exhaust cards, and each of them got different effects. So for example, the first one is heal 150% damage, and then it does have harmonization. With harmonization, if the cost and the action point matches, this thing activates again, right? So yeah, so 150 shield right there. This one just a straight up damaging card right there, and then we have this one here, which is Azure Element. The whole purpose of this one is just to be exhausted and buff 9's stuff. So yeah, for now I'm just gonna go for this one and put it on 9. All right. So yeah, a lot of cool events with the new chaos mode, guys. And of course, with the addition of the new chaos mode, we got a new unidentified area, which is arena, and this is where you're gonna be able to access the arena. So this is pretty much a new dimensional gate, but instead of dimensional gate, you get the arena right here. So let's go in and let me show you guys how that works. Right? Okay, the yapping, and then yes, we are in the stadium right here. And here you pretty much just fight 2 waves of enemies, and you'll be able to just kill them and then get the rewards. And if you kill this thing right here, that's like in the right side, the pile, it actually gives you a card. So I'll show you guys what I mean. So if I try to kill this thing right now, it's gonna give me a card right here, and you could use these cards in order to do extra damage. So for example, I got this AoE card, one of the best one, right, the shield blast, and then see, since I killed it again, I got this one again. And you could just use this again and just delete them, which is amazing, right? And then the next wave start afterward, right? So definitely make sure to hit the pile right here to get a really good effective, like a really good like high damaging cards from it. For example, I'm gonna do the same here, right? We're gonna hit it, and we're gonna get cards right here, and we got the hammer right here, right? We're just gonna smash this right here. And that's it, right? Since I have a Magnus partner, I'm just gonna hit them with this, right? And let me show you guys if we, okay, I didn't get anything. So you have to hit this thing with a character. Partner attack is not gonna proc the cards right there. So, but yeah, and again, all right, of course we're gonna kill these guys very fast. I'm just gonna activate this, and for now I'm just gonna go for this one. It's fine. And then I'll try to kill. I'll try to kill the main guy right here. Alright, just get him out of here. And then the hammer. And then, yeah, that's GG's, right? Again, since I use the card, we're gonna get the shield buster card right here, and then we just kill everything. So yeah, it just makes it going through this a lot easier, right? And this is one of the best ones, so I'm gonna give you 2-9 right here. And then we're gonna keep going through the arena. And here is where you're gonna get the refinement as well, okay? So let me show you guys how that works, right? So right here, imbued modification effect to select equipment, and this is a refinement, and this is how you unlock the refinement. And you can pick between each these selections right here. So for example, the first one is at the start of the battle, draw 1 exhaust card of this unit, which is amazing, right? And then which one is here? Down here we got on counter attack, 100 fixed damage to all enemies, and at the start of the battle, owning 33 or more cards, increase damage amount of attack cards base. This one, never get this, guys. This thing will pretty much cook your entire deck, okay? This thing never get this, okay? Because what this does is whenever you go inside a battle, it will give you some fodder cards that keep stacking up, and then you have to use your AP to remove them, or you have to use your action point. This one is really bad, okay? Do not get enhancement unless you guys know what you guys are doing with this, okay? I made a mistake getting this, and it pretty much just cooked my entire run, okay? So definitely don't get this, okay? But for now, since I'm using Magna, I'm just gonna put this on this enhancement right here. You can select a gear and then put that there, and that will give you the enhancement right here. All right, very cool. And that's it for the damage shutdown, and that right now as well. And now we're back out on the normal side right there. And see, you could also potentially get the new Mind of Worldly Tree. This is on the first boss, okay? This is on the first interior, the outer boss right here, which is crazy, man. You could get this right away, man. And what this gives you, it could give you a trigger epiphany on a card selected, or it could give you the increased max HP by 15, and or it will give you the Fairy King's Crown, which increases, which just gives you 6% critical chance, which is amazing. But for now, of course, we're gonna go for the trigger epiphany on the selected card, And since I'm using her with Magna, I'm going to target this and I'll go for the counter build. Okay, see, it will give the divine Epiphany on this. Oh damn, we didn't get it. We got the Ironclad. I think for now I'm just gonna go for the Ironclad, just to get more shield right here. But yeah, which is amazing, right? See, I'm only in the first area, guys, right? And you could get that kind of event triggered in the beginning, okay, which is amazing. And additionally, if we look at the interior area now in the chaos mode, you could actually get multiple of these dimensional gates, guys. Okay, right now I don't have it, but in some stages you could actually get like up to like 2 or 3 of these guys, which is crazy. So yeah, keep that in mind, guys. Okay. Oh, and yeah, let me show you guys what this means. Okay, so the new thing they added, when you go through the arena and you pick an enhancement that says if you have more than like 30 plus cards, you get increased damage. What that means is when you get that effect, you get these cards right here, the fracture memory cards. And this thing is, you cannot get rid of them even if you use them. And what happens is, whenever you go through the chaos mode, every stage you do, these things keep piling on, right? They keep piling on, and then it says when there are 10 or more of this card in hand, change cost of this card to 0. But even if that says by the time you get to the final area, you have like 70 plus of these cards, and getting rid of them is impossible, guys. Okay, so these things, if you get this debuff, it pretty much just cooks your entire run. Okay, so definitely be careful with this shit right here, guys. Okay, this fracture memory are one of the most annoying mechanics I've seen in any game, guys. These things are annoying. You literally cannot play when you get this thing like 70 plus of these cards. Okay, so yeah, keep that in mind, guys. Okay, another cool event you guys can encounter inside this thing is this right here, where you encounter your duplicates, double gangers, and then you can pick between these options. So you could get this gear right here, which is when a card exhausts, 30% fixes shield, or if ally do not receive damage for 1 turn, then at the start of the next turn, increase damage amount by 50%, right? Or you could trigger Epiphany right here, or you could fight them and get a different like reward. I haven't done this yet, but I'll try that at some point. But yeah, for now I'm just gonna go for this right here, just to get the Epiphanies and then get out. We don't need to do nothing here, you know, we just get the Epiphany and you get out pretty much. For this one, since I'm using Magna, I'm gonna go for the counter Epiphany for this one right here. Of course, lastly we have this event right here, which is a self-replicating parade, burning life, right? Select and copy one card from a random rare or higher cards. You get one of these guys right here, the Lumine cards, or you could also get a select card Epiphany right here. Of course, you always want to go for the copy here, because again, the copy pretty much gives you a lot of other things, right? I think for now I'm just gonna go for this right here, just to get the AP. And yeah, that's a pretty cool right there. As you can see, I encountered that around the end right here. So yeah. Okay, guys. Lastly, what I want to show you guys is the God Hammer. So you get the God Hammer when you beat Chaos Run, right? And then you click on this, and then the equipment you already have refinement on, you select it, and it will give you extra status on it. Okay, so let's click it, and we get the God Hammer effect on this. So what we got is, at the end of the battle, recover 5% max HP, which is really good, right? So yeah, that is it for the new chaos mode, guys. Okay, I tried to show you guys some of the crucial like events, like not the crucial, but the most like the important ones, the important like events or encounters. And I tried to show you guys the, you know, how the refinement, arena, and the God Hammer and all that work as well. So yeah, let me know what you think about the new chaos mode. I think it's beautiful, man. I really like it, and yeah, I think they do a great job with this. Of course, once you clear a stage, you're gonna get 99 of these guys, depending on the level of the stage. But yeah, that is it for the chaos run right here. That's it for the video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and yeah, see you guys on the next video. Bye bye.